Hi, in this video we are going to look at the configuration examples. Let's take a look at a particular scenario. This is a scenario in which we have a physical firewall and we want to divide the physical firewall, or we want to partition the physical firewall based on these requirements. We have two departments, one is the R&D department and the other departments are the non-R&D department or departments. And the requirement is that we want to allocate certain IP addresses to this R&D department, certain other IP addresses are subnet to this these non-R&D departments. We want to assign different internet access policies for these two departments, and we want to define certain policies for inter-system communication or inter-department communication between these two departments. So the concept is to configure these two VSys A and VSys B for these two departments based on our particular requirements. So let's take a look at these requirements one by one. For this, the configuration that we need to do is include step by step that we need to enable the virtual system function. We've already looked at this before. We enable the virtual system function first, then we configure the resource class, then we create a virtual system and allocate resources, and then we configure the communication between the virtual systems. The requirements for creating these virtual systems are given here. One system will be called VSys A, the other one will be called VSys B, and these are the interfaces and the public IP addresses that they are going to use, or the IP, simply not public, the IP addresses that they are going to use, and the zones that they are going to be part of, untrust zone or trust zone. This is the private IP address range that they are going to use. This was the public, and this is the private IP address range they are going to use, and this is the access that is allowed to, these are the range of addresses that are allowed to access the internet, and these are the resources that are going to be allocated to these two virtual systems. In this scenario, we are using the same resources. The resource allocation is same for both the virtual systems. However, we can also have different resources allocated to different virtual systems. For that, we'll have multiple resource pools. But in this case, we are configuring just one resource pool, which is R1, and assigning the same resource pool to both the virtual systems. So the first step in our configuration is going to be to enable the virtual system feature on the firewall. Once we've enabled the virtual system feature, then we are going to create a resource class. You already know how to create a resource class, and in this resource class we assign the resources based on the requirements which you saw a couple of slides earlier. We can assign the resources in this resource class, and then we are going to create VSys A and assign the resource class R1 to this VSys A or this virtual system. And then we are going to assign interfaces to this virtual system. We are going to assign different interfaces to this virtual system. This you already know. And once we've added the interfaces to the virtual system, this is all we are doing for VSys A, but same way we can work for VSys B as well. Then we are going to assign one of the interfaces as the public interface. There are two interfaces, Gigabit Ethernet 1/0/1 and 1/0/3. We are assigning 1/0/1 as the public interface. Once this is done, similarly we are going to do the same thing, exactly the same thing for VSys B as well. Once we've done configuration for both, or created both VSys A and VSys B, then we are going to configure the virtual interfaces of these virtual systems and the public system as well. For this, at the top of the screen, we go to the extreme right and select the particular virtual system, either the public or VSys A or VSys B or whatever virtual system we have, and then we assign the IP addresses to those virtual systems interfaces, which means virtual interface 0 for public system and virtual interface 1 or virtual system interface 2 for VSys A or VSys B respectively. Once this is done, this means that the basic virtual system configuration has been done. The next step is to do the policy configuration for these virtual systems, so that these virtual systems can forward the traffic or implement the security policies for forwarding traffic through these firewalls. This is actually not exactly related to virtual systems. This is basic firewall configuration, where you configure the access list, or you configure the security policies, you configure the NAT policies, etc., just to define that which traffic can go through the firewall and which traffic cannot pass through the firewall. So this configuration is also extremely important, but this is basic firewall configuration and not virtual system specific configuration. And finally, in order to verify the configuration, we can check the access from the R&D department or the non-R&D departments either towards the internet or with each other and verify our configuration that the policies that we have implemented, whether they are working correctly or not. So this way we can work with the virtual firewalls in a specific scenario and implement virtual firewall systems in a practical working infrastructure. So this was all about the configuration. In the last video of this module, we are going to look at different troubleshooting steps that we can perform, or the troubleshooting methodology that we should follow for troubleshooting a virtual firewall system or virtual system. So let's see you in the next video.